Remember CrowdStrike, the Microsoft company that brought down many of the world's computers? Well, for some reason, my PC, mobile and camcorder gave up also during this time. So apologies, but that's why we failed to bring you a video on the 7th as usual. But now we're back. So here's some lovely water. This is the water in Bova Marina, a nice little bay in Italy. This wasn't what we'd tried to sail through from our journey from Kefalonia. This year we had a number of large crossings to do. The first was to cross the Ionian Sea from Kefalonia, with its lovely turtle bays, to the very toe of Italy. Our first attempt was pretty awful and we had to turn back and seek shelter. Good job too, as it was reported that a super yacht in Kefalonia that night had sunk due to the storm. But the next day we tried again and succeed we did, and got across to the toe of Italy.
Quite close, isn't it?
Yeah, reasonably. Well, if you've ever wondered what the toe of Italy looks like, this is absolutely what it does look like, because we're just going round it now. A really rugged sort of landscape. Now, we had the longest crossing ever that we just finished only yesterday. We were absolutely shattered because we'd been sailing or motor sailing non-stop for, wow, let me think, a day and a half basically. We did 216 miles and got from Greece, from Kefalonia, all the way over to here, which is basically the nearest big town. I think it's called Bova Marina. It's not actually a marina. I think they call marinas, they're called beaches marinas down here. And if I swing around a little bit more, that grey lot over there that you can see, probably see, maybe, I'm not too sure, but that's Sicily. So we're going to go up that Messina strait on the right hand side and then over towards Sicily. This southern part of Calabria was actually where the first name Italy was ever used, some 3,500 years ago. So this place has got a lot of history, and without this place, Italy just wouldn't be called Italy. Now, whilst you were looking at that, you couldn't have Italy show off the bottom of their country looking like that, could you? So guess what? What a stunning bit of Romanesque architecture, pointing out to the rest of the world saying we're here. Who on earth builds things like this nowadays? Absolutely nobody. Well, maybe the Chinese do still, but do you know what? Not many people do. This house here, built into the bricks, built into the rocks all the way down. like a stupid idiot, we walked all the way up the hill and then
to find a SIM card.
paid €1 for a lift to come down again.
When
Killed
you
us.
look for the
So
SIM
hot.
card shop,
SIM card shop.
non-existing.
No, I gave them 1 star. They said they're open till 8 o'clock. And it's
They all
nowhere
said.
near 8 o'clock and it's closed, which is a nightmare, but never mind.
And also, if they open, they won't sell us anyway. The tourist SIM is not available here.
Oh yeah, no, they don't even sell tourist sims apparently, according to this other guy.
In Scilla.
In the whole of Scilla, nobody sells tourist sims. So if you live in Scilla, that might be a little bit of a, hidden industry you haven't tapped into. Never mind. Back into the sunshine. Oh, yeah. So, after walking the last hour to get to the top of the hill, on the way back down again, we found a lift that does it for you. All for the sake of €1. Geez, that would have been definitely worth €1. But here we are on the beach, and there's our boat in the background. How fantastic is that? We just get everywhere. After Scilla, our next stop was Cefalu. Well, we're just heading around north of Sicily, and at the moment I'm looking at a site where you've got to pay to anchor there. Really, Sicily? That beautiful? Crazy.
Oh my God, this is a can of saltfish. I mean, it weighs. Ooh.
And down the end of the street you finally get to see Cefalu by the sea. Cefalu was really nice, but we had to go as we pushed on past Palermo, the capital, to Isola del Femmin to meet a man about our fridge. Well, sat here trying to make the next video about Brindisi, and we're being tracked again by coast guards in Italy. I don't know what it is with Italy with us. This is like the 5th time now we've been, well, followed. They haven't stopped us yet, we've just carried on. But yeah, perhaps they don't like the British flag, I don't know what's going on. But let's wait and see. And while we're anchored here in Trapani, we thought we'd look into the town.
they asked me to like go in and then do it as well. Not to do that. Oh, have to walk. No, it's okay. Grazie mille. Look at how the fisherman like fixing the net, ready to go fishing again.
Where are we then, Puck? Oops, blinking Noah. Where are we?
We are just off Sicily, heading toward the group of island
Called?
Igodi Island.
Igodi? I believe you.
Golden.
I don't know.
Golden.
I don't know either, I'll be honest with you. We're just on our way there. And we're just going over to here. Straight ahead of us. Oops. Well, we reached Calarossa. And oh my god, can't you tell that it's Italian holidays, because it is absolutely packed. There are, I don't know how many boats down there, but there are absolutely tons and tons of boats down there, and tons of boats all arriving. Speedboat after speedboat after speedboat, all arriving to cram themselves basically into this tiny little space with some blue water in it. Jeepers. That packed catamaran over there came in like a bat out of hell to try and get a spot. As you can see, it's got loads of people on board. It's absolutely determined to get in amongst there. We quickly had enough of the madness and went round the corner to a quieter anchorage before setting off for Sardinia. Well, we're leaving the islands just close to Sicily. It's a lovely island, that looks nice. The sun's just coming up behind it. And we're just heading out to Sardinia. We set off on the 155-mile crossing across the Tyrrhenian Sea. We'd only just got a working fridge, and the fisher panda then decided to pack in. Well, we pushed on all day and through the night, eventually arriving at Sardinia. That's pretty much all you see of a fishing boat normally. Sometimes it's really not that clear. That's pretty much what I can see at the moment, which is not a huge amount. We're on one of our night passages at the moment. This is I think the third one we've done. On a night passage we turn our, well, we've got a Ray Marine, but obviously there are other makes available, screen, our sat nav if you like, onto night mode, and that puts it into this red and black and not very many white bits sort of look. So that puts it into this. Basically, when you switch the screen to night mode, it adjusts all the colours, so there's very little white on the screen to make too much glare in your eyes. Because obviously at night, your pupils are wide open, so you can just about see absolutely anything. But then the problem with that is that you end up having almost like an arc eye that welders get really easily. Rather annoyingly, we've had some problems really. With the boat recently, as you know, if you've been watching, and today's not really any different. We were quite happily anchored and quite happily minding our own business, just getting ready to do this crossing from Sicily over to Sardinia, and we wanted to put the generator on last night just to recharge the batteries. The house batteries, these are the batteries that are used to power the fridge, you know, put the lights on, all these sort of homely sort of things. Nothing to do with starting the engine, but just to do with that. Now, that's been working ever since we bought it, absolutely fine. In fact, I have already organised ready for the crossing this year for it to be serviced, because it's been running now for about 18 months, 2 years, not very many hours. I think it's done less than 100 hours, and suddenly it didn't want to start. I was like, really? So really annoyingly, because it didn't want to start, I went down and had a look, and I don't know if you remember, going back to, I might even try and find it and put the episode number up for you, when we were having the boat done up in Cartagena. But when we were having the boat, when we were having the generator fitted in Cartagena, we ended up mistakenly choosing a model made by Fisher Panda that doesn't even charge its own starter battery, which is the most ridiculous thing in the world, because then you've got to have a separate charging system for the starter battery for the motor, which is just ridiculous. Fisher Panda have really messed up there. It's just unheard of. Anyway, so we had to have this convoluted sort of system set up, so that I had to buy then a car charger and connect that up to the mains plug sockets in the boat, so that I could recharge the starter battery to make sure it all starts all the time. I mean, how ridiculous is this? But anyway, so that was the system we had to have done. Fisher Panda should be ashamed of themselves, quite frankly. Anyway, for some reason that plug socket has stopped working. We tested it out with a fan and it's just not working. Sadly, I don't know where that got wired into, so I can't check it back very easily to see where the heck it went back to see why it's got no power. Maybe it's been something to do with the change of plug sockets. Maybe they put it into the back of a wood plug socket. That's my kind of suspicion. So I might actually try in the daylight now, not now, but because obviously this was evening when I found this out. What I might try and do in the daytime is try and take off the nearest plug socket and see if I can, maybe see a loose wire in there and that sort of thing. So I checked the oil, checked the water, checked everything with regards to the engines to make the crossing, because we've got 10 whole hours of motoring to do to get over to where the wind will be, hopefully, and then we'll be able to sail the next 10-12 hours after that. No, actually 20 hours after that. So we've got 10 hours of motoring and probably got what looks like 20 hours of sailing to do to get across, because that's the only place the wind is. I'll show you the lights out here. You'll see that you can just about see there, look, the lighthouse from the island that we're leaving. And you can see the drizzle, I'll call it, the drizzle of water. Sorry, the drizzle reflection. And it all looks very calm. The water's super calm this morning. So yeah, super calm. But started my port engine. This is the engine that had the electrical problem on before, and it didn't want to start. And look, get another light come on. All of a sudden, another light come on. Let's have a look. Oh, blimey, any minutes. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. This is a battery warning light on my port side engine. Now, the whole engine's turned off. As you can see, there's nothing on. You have to take the key out and press the stop button. Oops, so I press the stop button, actually that's interesting. If I press the stop button to stop the engine, it actually lights up lighter than it did without it. So, don't know what's causing that, have no idea. But obviously that's not quite right. So it looks like the poor old starboard engine, the one we had only 2 episodes ago, where it wrapped its fuel line around the pulley. It looks like that's going to be doing most of the 10 hours of work today. Well, tonight. So there we have it, boys and girls. Our problems with our boat continue. I wish I was an electrical engineer and a plumber and just a better person at knowing what the hell to look for in boats. They say that you spend about 10% of the boat's value in maintenance each year, and do you know what? That is not far wrong. You know, if you're looking to buy a boat and you're looking to spend £50,000 on a boat, it is going to cost you, whether you like it or not. Oh, you know, if our boat's anything to go by, it's going to cost you that £5,000 every single year to get it fixed and to get it looked after, to get it maintained. I mean, we've had a couple of horrible incidents parking, mainly in things like fuel bays and into marinas. We had the horrible incident at the fuel bay in Italy, where it blew us on very hard onto the onto the side, and that scuffed the side of the boat. It's only a scuff, it's not really much, but you know, that'll have to get looked at some point. And because it's down the outside of the boat, it's not easy to get to unless you want to sit and try and do it in a dinghy. Well, we tried to do it in Montenegro, and I just don't have the skills. I just don't know what I'm doing, looking at the scuff marks on and slightly pitted holes in the side of fiberglass. I just don't know what I'm doing with it. So we then really annoyingly as well, I'm trying to think where we were. I think we were actually going into parking next to one of the countries for checking out of somewhere like Croatia or Montenegro. Caught the back of the boat, and it's got a tiny little hole in the back of the boat. Not a hole, but again, it's knocked some of the fiberglass off. I am going to have a go at that one because I can reach that one. So that's another one I'm going to have a go at when we get to a decent place. But yeah, and then again we had suddenly, I mean, it just seems to be our luck. We were just the marina that we were just in Trapani, a place called Trapani Moorings. Super duper place. I'd definitely go back there again. Really, really nice people. But again, we got blown onto the side of another boat there, and it scuffed our boat. Thankfully, it didn't do anything to theirs, but there you go. So yeah, all these little things, all these little minor little blemishes that stop your boat being quite as nice as you'd like it to be, means that you've either got to learn the skills or basically get busy opening your wallet and getting other people to do it. So hopefully we will find someone in Sardinia who can have a quick look at our engines and find out what the hecky decky is going on there, because I don't know. But anyway, so this will be me. It's 3:30 in the morning. We just set off at 3:30, and yeah, we've got until dawn to see how we get on. Hopefully this engine will be quite happy. I'll check the oil, check the water, so fingers crossed. No reason why it shouldn't, but if it is, obviously we'll have to worry about it then. Anyway, let's see how we go.
Join us next time when we reach Sardinia, get unexpected help with our Jenny, and get back into Spanish waters.